Hello and welcome to my I hope that there aren't too many issues with the stream. I hope that there's not too many issues with the stream. There is some rain out here at the moment, and I hope that doesn't affect things too extensively. So I'll go ahead and get started by opening this up. For anybody watching, I'm sorry about any problems. There's some rain out here. I may or may not have to end the stream early today. We'll see. But you can see here, this box here, I believe, is the first stuff to build. All these bags, I'll go put back in the box. Once again, I'm very sorry for any problems with the stream. I'll decide soon whether or not I'll end this one early. I'll go ahead and get this box opened up. So this is going to be I believe, the first half of the set. You can see here, this is the base of the set. So it's going to have a decent footprint. Give me just a moment. I'm setting up my streaming software so I can see it a bit better here. Okay. So here we have the first bags. I'll go ahead and get these instructions opened up. Yeah, thank you. This definitely will be a lot of fun. This is, I believe, 3,097 pieces in this set. And all this here is just the first half. So it appears here I have 3 instruction booklets and 2 sticker sheets. This is smaller than the Daily Bugle sticker sheets from the set I built a couple months ago. So that is very nice, but yeah, 3 pretty thick booklets. And then you have a couple side parts and stuff. I'll set those to the back. And this is the first bag, so I'll go ahead and set all these others to the side and open it up. So I'll set these stickers to the back as well. Keep this booklet here. And these booklets can be set aside too. And I'll go ahead and open the first bag. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. So this is the first bag. And here you have some information on the set. I will go and read through those later. And now I can begin the build. So the first figure I'm going to build is Wolverine. So this here is the first figure. It's Wolverine. As you can see, there's a detail, and he has 2 face prints. And then he also has his cowl. So I'll set him back here, and I'm going to start the build. First, I'm going to build Wolverine's motorcycle. Let's see. Here's his motorcycle. And now I'm going to begin building the Sentry, which is that big robot you could have seen on the front of the box. Yeah, it's very helpful to have numbers on the bags. Actually, for a long time, LEGO didn't have numbers on bags, and so especially in the early 2000s when they started getting into bigger sets, you would just have a whole bunch of parts, and you'd have to sift through all of them to find just the one you need. And tell me if there's any problems with the stream. It is raining here, so I know there may be issues due to that. Thank you. I'm currently starting to modify some of the files for the second version of the prosthetic hand, and I hope I can get that done soon. Oh, that's good. Tell me if you have any more problems with audio or anything else. Okay. Let's see. And now I'm putting on the first sticker of the set. It is that one right there. Let's see. There we go. That one is actually cut off center, so I was able to put it on a bit straight considering that. This is not my first one. If you look at my old streams, the first 4 streams I did were actually building another set like this, the Daily Bugle for Marvel, and this one is going to go on my shelf right next to it. You're welcome. Let's see. I think I may have put the wrong color piece back in here. There's a problem with Lego instructions, a lot of times not having the right colors printed in them. It's been a problem for like as long as I can remember though, so nothing, it's just something that you have to deal with. It isn't that bad. Just sometimes I'll mix up the colors like that. It also doesn't help that I'm colorblind, like a bit colorblind, so. It sort of depends on the set. A large set like this, I'm probably not gonna take apart and rebuild, especially because of the risk of losing pieces, because this one's over 3,000 pieces. But sometimes with smaller sets, I like to take them apart and rebuild them. But for the most part, if it's a smaller set, after a while I end up just taking it apart, and then I can use the pieces for my own creations. And it looks like I'm beginning on the leg, on one of the legs here. Yeah. I honestly forget what colors exactly I'm most colorblind to, but it's mainly if they just like some colors will just seem kind of similar to me, and it some there have been some sets where they have almost the exact same looking color in the booklets to me, and so sets like that actually go back and rebuild different parts. Also, I'm sorry if there's a lot of noise. It appears the rain has picked up. It's getting really loud in here. Hey there, Tammy. I hope you can hear me. The rain's coming down just slightly now. Okay, that's good. And it's starting to calm down a bit more now, too. And I am about to finish off this first bag of the set. Forgot to check how many there were. I can do that in a couple minutes if I have the chance. Okay, so that's both legs. And that is the end of bag one. So built the torso and legs of the Sentry. Here's bag number two. It would actually be kind of nice to get some snow down here every now and then. We've only ever gotten snow once in Louisiana since we moved down here. Louisiana basically has two temperatures throughout the year. You have extremely hot or somewhat hot. I almost never have to wear a jacket or anything. Oh, dang. Right. Actually, here we had a tornado warning just a while ago. It may still be in effect. I forget. But that actually, it rarely means anything out here. And the worst we gotten was a freak wind event in our area. Yeah, it is like that. Hot and hotter. Hot and harder. Yeah, hotter. But yeah, the worst we've gotten, and this is a foot of it. I'm gonna build a second one now. But the worst we got was a freak wind event last year, and it was basically a 20 square mile stretch of, like, 20 square mile area that we happened to be in that got basically tornado-like winds. And it actually took down several trees in our yard. No, there's a piece I was looking for. It was actually really good that we had hired some people to take down some other trees like 6 months before or something, because those ones could have fallen on some of our buildings. Because we have several buildings on our property, and some of the trees would have almost fallen directly on, like, our chicken coop and our workshop. So there are the feet. I believe this matches more of the comic. I don't know why I said cartoon. The comic appearances of the century. And I think it's really cool. I believe this entire set sort of copies the comics, which is really cool. And now I'm getting on the arms. Here I'm just continuing to build more segments of the arms. Let's see. And now I'm going to build the hands. That's the first hand. Are you talking about like a Lego kit? You're fine. I have thought about it, but not like actually like it. I actually very much despise off-brand Legos and stuff. But what I have considered doing is upscaled Legos. And here's the next hand. Because people go and upscale Lego sets, or especially Lego minifigures, and they make really cool display pieces. So I thought of printing out some of those at some point in the future, because they could go really well in my displays. But when it comes to like a accurate size kit, I only buy Lego because I've had terrible experiences with off-brand. And so this is like a loop for like catching the different figures in the set. Now I'm going to build some shoulder pads. Yeah, I have a lot of plans with the 3D printer, but one that I almost have ready is some products put on my website. They need just it needs a bit more work, but I'm gonna order some materials soon, and I'm gonna be getting some files, and I'm hoping to put some Valentine's themed products soon. So actually, if you like, you could put in the comments some like your favorite colors or animals to help me choose what I should do, because I'm going to be getting a bunch of files, because I'm learning 3D modeling, but I'm not good enough yet to design the products myself, so I'm going to be buying a subscription, and it has a bunch of cool stuff in it. And so I have to choose what I should do first, because I can't do everything I'd want to. Also, this is the head. It's a printed piece. Just pops on like that. And then to finish this bag off, I believe, I have these, which I believe are display pieces. Like, I think this one is meant to go on his back so you can pose a minifigure above him. Yeah, that's the full Sentry. I think it's a really cool design. And now it's on to bag 3 in the actual mansion. Okay, here's bag 3. Okay, so I am about to start building Professor X's chair, or Charles Xavier's chair. I have had a lot of experience and just hundreds of cents over the years. And so I've gotten very quick and skilled at this. Not to say I don't mess up. So these are going to be the armrests on his chair, right here. There it is. This piece right here is going to be the front of his chair. Yes, actually, on one of my bigger sets, the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds, there were a couple pieces missing, but LEGO has a very good policy about, like, basically no questions asked replacements. And then on the Daily Bugle, I had a couple that, like, the machines messed up by weighing two separate pieces as one. But it's, like, once again, LEGO has a very good policy, and it's never really that much of an inconvenience. Here is Professor X, or Charles Xavier. And here he is in his chair. And now I'm going to grab one of these base plates, and I'm going to start building the central part of the mansion. There are 3 sections, and each one is split into separate floors. And now the fun part, all the tiling. Tiling always takes a while on big sets like this, but it isn't that bad. I don't think this one's going to be quite as bad as the Daily Bugle. Yeah, they're a very good company. The biggest problem with them is prices. But that's something that's actually going down a bit this year, which is very nice. This set itself is actually overpriced, but I had $80 in points from just purchases saved up, and so I was able to get a very large discount on this. Yeah, it's really cool, all the things they can offer. There was actually, I reached out to them about the parts missing on the Daily Bugle, or the ones that had been actually messed up, which I had the same ones, just in different colors, and they worked just fine, but I was still just reaching out to get the right colors. And they at the time could not send parts to the US, so they gave me $20, roughly $20 in just free points. And that was part of how I got this set. And so that was really cool. Hello, welcome to the stream. I keep them in several different areas. Most of them stay in this building where I am right now, and it is very much a mess. I need to get some money so I can buy some organizing drawers and stuff. But I also keep some inside in my room on shelves and stuff. That's where this one's gonna go, probably on top of my dresser next to the Daily Bugle that I got several months back. Here I'm tiling out the sidewalk. You can see a lot of open studs being left for posing figures once the set's done. Hello, welcome to the stream. Let's see. I have another sticker. This one right here with the claws, that's going to be scratch in the pavement from Wolverine, I'm assuming. And I just place it right there. And now going to put these large axles through the sides of this base. I'm assuming this is going to be how it connects to the other two parts of the mansion. And that is the end of bag 3. I'll go grab bag 4. I accidentally placed that slightly too far up. That is the proper spot right there. Looks like I'm about to start on the flooring. These are going to be the front entrance steps right here. These right here are going to be the entrances to the other rooms on the sides once I build them. This right here, I believe, opens to a room called, like, I think it's technically called something like the danger room or something. It's like a training room in the expansion, and that's gonna be a fun one to build. Yes, it does. Let's see, I'll show you. So you can see how it highlights around, and then it has a list at the top of each piece you use and how many. And it is very helpful, especially for things like this, because like especially the Daily Bugle, there were some steps that had hundreds of little tiles and stuff, and it helped me count them out. So it looks like here there's going to be a cool little carpet pattern in the center of the entrance room. It appears it is going to be an X-Men rug. And there we go. That is the X-Men rug. Now I'm going to tile off the floor on the other side of it. now I'm going to start building the sides of the walls some. And now it appears I'm going to continue the entrance some. I believe it's 15 inches wide, and you know, in a minute I can actually check the box and see how tall. I'll just finish this step. Okay, let's see, I'll go grab the box. Okay, here on the back, it says it is 15 inches across and 10.5 inches tall in the end. And that is the end of bag 4. So I got the floor mostly done. I'll go and grab it and open bag 5. Here's bag 5. Yeah, they definitely were pretty small for the Daily Bugle. That one had hundreds of tiny pieces, but it came out to a bit under 3 feet tall, I think. It was quite the tall set. I'm now beginning on the walls. Okay, so there's going to be 2 stickers in this step. Let's see. First one is this one right here, number 46. And is just going to go right here on the exit door. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of these are references that I do not get. Probably going to have to watch some videos once I'm done building this to know exactly what they are. And then the next one is this big one, number 34. I think those both went on pretty well, and now I place them in those 2 spots. And the door can open and close. And on to the next step. So here's some windows. I am honestly not entirely sure how long I've been building Lego. I guess you could just say as long as I can remember. It's just always been something I loved to do. Here it appears I'm just building some like little pedestals and displays to go on. Like there's a plant, and this one is going to be a pot. Not really that much. I do want to watch Lego Masters eventually. I'll get to it eventually. But I do watch some of the Lego shows every now and then, like Ninjago. I've not caught up on it in a couple of years though. I really need to get back to it. I finished the back and side walls for the most part. Now I'm moving on to the front. I actually just found a misprint in the instructions. Look here, it says I need 2 glass panes, when in actuality I need 4. It's very rare that I actually see misprint like that, aside from colors. Colors are very common to see misprinted. And now I'm going to build the front double doors. Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far. Good night. I think I'll probably be doing the second part tomorrow at the same time. Thank you. Here I have a sign. It's number 38 right there. There it goes on the inside of the door. And then another sign on the outside. It is number 37 right here. Got it slightly off. That's going to annoy me for a long time. And now I can slide that in right there. And these 2 pieces right here will lock it in. Now I'm going to start building the pavilion, like the front pavilion pillars. And these are actually roller skate pieces on top. I love to see fun part usages like that. And then another 2 of those. And I'll angle the roller skates on top of these 2 pillars. And now I place the roof of the pavilion. And now I tile off the top of this floor. I believe that just about finishes up this floor of the mansion. Now on to bag 6. Before I do that, I realize now that I forgot to build the figure that came in this bag. Let's see, which one was this? This figure is Jean Grey. A nice design and a second face. I think, let's look back in the booklet. Yeah, she has all effect pieces. There we go. So I'll go grab bag number 6. Here it is. I believe this may be a little elevator that I'm building here. Yep, this is an elevator. And here we have a mug. I'm assuming some sort of reference that I do not get. Once again, I'm going to have to watch some sort of YouTube video about that. I bet there's tons out there. And then you have these little printed tiles for the up and down arrows on the elevator. And now I tile off the top of it. There's a finished elevator, and it just slots in right here. And then there is a little statue build, like bust build. Right here, that'll go on this pedestal. And then I'm going to have some chairs. Just a little comfy chair design. Gonna make another one. And then the chairs will just go right in here on some open sets. Thank you. I'm already loving the set. See, now I'm going to do some detailing on the back of the set. And then this here is going to be a little gutter. It really is my dream job to be a Lego designer, but that is a hard job to get. But you never know what might happen. Let's see, and then you have two stickers here. First one is right here, number 35. And the second one is right here, number 2. And so now I'm going to do some detailing on the front. Let's see. And now in the courtyard. Just adding some plants in the courtyard, and now here's the next step. I'm going to do more work on the gazebo type entrance. So these are some telescope pieces that are going to be used on part of this. And then these round railing pieces to continue that. And then I'll tile off the top of the telescopes. And that, I believe, is finally the official end of the first floor. So you can see here some of the details. And now I'm going to move on to bag 7 in the second floor. I can just set that back there for the moment. Okay, yeah, there's one minifigure in this bag. This figure is Cyclops. It's a really detailed figure, and they actually just released a teaser for the next Avengers movie, Avengers Doomsday, that includes this character Cyclops in almost its exact outfit. So it's really cool to be getting that. Thank you. This set is very awesome. This is actually one of 4 in a collection. So I have, well, this is one of a collection. I have 2 of the 4 now. Yes, I do have some of my own. And real quick, this is an effect because he shoots sort of kinetic energy out of his eyes. His power is actually very interesting once you get into it. But give me just a moment. I think I have it set around here somewhere. One of my creations. Or do I? There it is. This right here is one of my own creations. This is actually an entry into a contest. and it does need some work. It was a bit rushed for the contest, and therefore is not the strongest build ever. But it's a fun one. I like it. So now I'll get it put up before I break it, because it is very fragile in a couple spots. That's cool. Yeah, I think that they're probably going to make the Baxter building next because of Fantastic Four First Steps. It's mainly hope, but I'd think that that's probably what they're making next, and I really hope they do, because that would be a really cool set. Now, I still have to get the Sanctum Sanctorum and the Avengers Tower. There. Yeah. So this is the beginning of the second central floor. Okay, good night. I hope you can join me. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you can join me tomorrow for the second part, which is going to be the same time. I'll try to get it scheduled once I'm done with this tonight. My plan is to see how close I can get to finishing the center part of the set tonight. Thank you. That finishes most of the tiling for this floor. Here I'm building a little window section. And here I'm building the same thing, just opposite direction to go on the other side. And that is to finish up this bag. Which I'm a bit confused. There's some parts here which I don't think should be here. So I'm going to go look back a bit in the booklet. Just make sure I didn't miss anything important. If they went anywhere, they probably went on the first floor. I don't like that, but it does not appear that they really go anywhere specific. Okay, so now on to bag 8. It appears I'm mainly going to be continuing the walls in this bag. The rain's picking back up again a bit. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. That's the front right corner of the walls. Now I'm going to build the next one. And now some more windows. I'm just framing in the door here, bit by bit. Now I'm going to lock in some of these looser parts. And then I'm going to assemble the double doors to what will be the balcony. And they just go right there. Now I'm going to tile off the tops of the walls. And this locks everything in place and leaves a good spot for the roof to go when that is built. That is the end of bag 8. On to bag 9. It appears a large part of this will be Cerebro, which, for those who don't know, it's a sort of mental, I guess, power multiplier thing that Professor X uses in the comics. Okay, that is the wrong sticker for the moment. Let's just put that back. Okay, this is the one I want, number 4. I'm just going to go on this black tile right here. And then I just can place it on the floor right there at an angle. Then I need number 26. Where is that? This one right here. And that is a Cerebro diagram. The first one was a Wolverine arm, like X-ray. This diagram will just go right there on the wall. Now this is going to be this is a little drawer that opens and closes. Get a couple jumpers and this cassette tape print to simulate a whole stack of them. Just toss that in there, close it up. Here's just a little printed part of some dials and stuff. I'll go right there. This will go right on top of the drawers, and then I'll frame it in with these hollow wall pieces. And then below it, I'll place this printed tile. Just like that. And now I'm going to tile off the top and place it right here in the back corner. Now I'm going to build the elevator for this floor, like the elevator doors. There's the elevator's buttons. So now I'm going to tile off this top here, and then I need a sticker. This one right here, number 24, lab level 1. And then I'm going to put in these elevator doors. And that will slot right in there. And now on to the next build for this floor. think this is going to be some type of scanner. And it looks like a fold-up scanning bed, and it will go in this back corner right over on top of the Wolverine X-ray. And here's some drawers. The bottom one will get a syringe, and the top one will get a little printed cookie tile. There's a little printed bacteria piece, like Petri dish piece. Stack those, place them there. Printed soda top goes on here. Got a little soda, and then this will go in this front corner. Now I'm going to build the downscaled Cerebro. I'm going to add these clips on the wall there. And then I need this windscreen piece, and then this sticker, number 41. This is going to be a pain to put on. Okay, I got it almost perfectly straight. That's good. And then that clips on right here, and then can go in front or be pushed out of the way. And this is going to be Cerebro with its stand. Like the head part of Cerebro. And so it is going to sit right here. And then this whip piece acting as core is going to plug into the wall. And now I'm going to build some parts of the gutter. And work on the decorations for outside. And just gonna make it look complete on the front and back. So that is this floor completed. And now I can go and I can place it on the first floor. This is how they look together. So now, should I move on to the roof? Let's take a look at it. What the heck, I'll do it. Okay, bag number 10. I'm gonna have to try to be even faster with this, because I'm about to hit 2 hours on the stream. Okay, so this bag has Storm, and this Storm is actually almost identical to one I have from a CMF collectible minifigure series, except it has a different hair and this really cool cape. Like, it has this, the one I already have has the same shape, but does not have this yellow border. And now I'm going to build her little lightning hand pieces. Here she is. Really cool figure, and she does have a second face print. I think this is a really cool upgrade to the CMF one. Now time to get to work on this roof. I just hit 2 hours on the stream. The other two don't think will be as long, but the other 2 or 3 don't think will be as long, but we'll see. This one I'm gonna keep going till I finish this roof. I believe this is a lever that will break apart the roof as a play feature. Now I'm building up the roof tiles some. And here's another reference I'm probably missing right here, some plants in the attic. I really should look. I should read some more comics and learn some more X-Men lore, because they are definitely some of the coolest Marvel characters out there. I'm going to do some sideways building for this. On the front and back. Same thing for the sides here. And now I'm just adding more roof tiles. Almost done with this bag. Yeah, I'm just adding the peaks to some parts of the roof. That is the end of bag 10. I'll go grab bag number 11. It is getting there. Slowly but surely. And look at that. Look at the sideways technique to get that part of the roof in. I think that's pretty cool right there. Now I turn around to work on the other side. Here's another sideways building technique to get another peak of the roof. And I just slide it in like that. And now a sticker number 43 right there, the X logo. I'm going to be very careful to make sure this is not outside. I think that is pretty good. And I can place it right there. Now I need 2 claw pieces. And I just stick them in there at a slight angle at the front of the building. And now I build the trim for the outside, for the front of the roof. And so there's these 2 hinge pieces, and I join at the top to make that sturdy. Now I just tile off the rest of it. And now I press it on like that. I need another sticker. This one right here, number 40. Find it a bit odd that they have you put the sticker on after putting the piece on the build. And now I need these 2 vine pieces. Just add some more detail to it. That one didn't sit fully right. There we go. Just like that. And now I continue building up the tower at the top. I'm going to build 2 of these quarter circle sections. And place them here. Now I'm going to build up, I believe, are like same things, except they're meant to sort of explode out when you press the lever in the back. just like that. And now I need to build a second one. And they can just get placed right here. And each one is held on by just one stud to make it easier for them to explode out. And now I'm going to begin building the dome at the top. I believe these parts in the bottom are just to help it sit properly on top of all this. And I'm building up the inner parts of the dome. And now I'm going to add the big quarter pieces of the dome. And that is the completed dome. I can just place it on there and it moves around freely. Now this, it shows, goes now on top of here. And then it also shows how by pressing the lever in the back, it explodes like that. And it's cool that they add play features still in big sets and collector edition sets. And so that, wait, let's see, what did I miss? Ah, I see what I missed. I need to build 2 of these trim pieces there. So let's get a second one of those made. I knew something didn't seem right. I had too many pieces left. Let's get that done. Once again, I lock it in place in the center, that piece, then I finish tiling all of this off. And then this one will go right here in the back. And so that is the end of the first booklet. And that is the end of the central, like the center of the set. There are 2 more thirds to build. And so I think I will end the stream here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll come back tomorrow at the same time for the second stream. That is all.